Hi everyone! I'm back. I took a week long break, but I am back. Before I start the video, which you already know what the video is going to be about, it's going to be about the weekly messages. I just wanted to announce that I am opening bookings for private readings. Yay! I don't know how to do sound effects. I'm just going to do my own sound effects. I'm opening up private readings, so for anyone who wants to have their cards read by me, you can check the description for the link to my services and how to book a reading. I just want to say that my the prices that I put for the readings, they're in a range, so there's no one specific price per service, which is basically it's like a call or like a video, and it's the length of the reading. Anyway, it's the price is in a range, so what it means is that if you want a certain, if you want a 30-minute reading, you can pay from this amount to this amount. As long as you're within that range of the price point, you can get that reading. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I just want to be able to give the messages out to anyone who needs it, regardless of what their budget might be. And yeah, that's really just the reason. I don't want to set a price point and then have that not be accessible to people. Yeah, if I have a range, then at least maybe they want a reading, they want a 30-minute reading, but they have this budget. So I'm rambling. Anyway, it's in a range. And if you want to book a reading with me, you can it's in the description. I'm gonna put the link there. And yeah, that's it. That's the announcement. that felt so anticlimactic, but I'm just really happy that after it's been a while since I've been doing readings, and not really a long time, but it's been a year, and and I've been doing paid private readings on and off, and now it's just I feel like I'm in a comfortable place for me. Okay, so anyway, I did that announcement for 3 minutes. I'm gonna get to your weekly message. So this is the collective weekly message for this upcoming week of June 8th to the 14th. So yes, that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna start with your meditation, which is this wonderful card. It is for your root chakra, and this is the mantra to balance Muladhara energy, so your root energy. Look at the red Sanskrit character excuse me, in the yellow square on the back of this card. So I'm showing it to you right now. This reads as Lam, L-A-M, recognized in the yoga tradition as the seed sound of the earth element. Repeat it silently as you gaze at its written form. This practice promotes rebalance of mind and body by linking the visual, right, and the verbal, left, hemispheres of your brain. There you go. That's your meditation. And by the way, this is mirror image. So yeah, with the root chakra or lam, or the seed sound is with the earth element. I'm just really feeling like this is the time to just kind of connect back to the earth, connect back to what's happening, and just have our minds be connected back to the earth. I know that there's a lot of things happening right now all over the world. I know where I'm from. I'm from the Philippines. There's a lot of things that have been happening, and it's not an exception everywhere else. And it's just a really good time to finally, like, I'm just getting a sense of just connecting your mind back to the earth. Yeah, that's a weird thing to say, but we'll go with that. So if you need a meditation for the week, you can use this one. And then we have the through. I'm just getting like this card is giving us such a sense of confirmation that yes, whatever is happening right now on the earth, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it with our collective energy. We're gonna get through it with our connectedness to one another. It's like when our goals and the thoughts, the words, and the actions that we put into the earth, through our minds, again, through our minds, our words, and our actions, when they're all like connected and when they're all working towards a goal, a collective goal, then we're gonna get through it. And I'm just getting that sense of we need to start figuring out ourselves in a sense of like our programming, like why do we think this way, why are we behaving this way, and how do these thoughts and these behaviors and how we see the world, because I suddenly saw the word visual from this card, and how we see things and how we talk about things and how we do things, how does that affect the collective as a whole? And I feel like it's time, if you haven't started thinking about that, the climate that we are all in right now, whether whether you believe in astrology or not, whether it's in the planets or it's in just the way things have evolved over time, this is the time to, like, this is the best time to think about that. Like, how do our perceptions of this earth, and how do we think and act, how does that affect the collective as a whole? So, like, yes, your individual dreams and your individual aspirations, they matter, of course they do, but they also matter in conjunction with the collective. So yeah, just think about that for the week. I mean, like, if you can, right? Okay, so we're gonna do the cards. I separated the tarot cards into 2 groups. So this first group, 3 cards, is what are the energies present for the week. Let's see. 7 of Cups, Page of Cups, ooh, lot of cups, and Judgment. Like, Judgment literally is there's a big energy that's coming that I feel like is gonna be a trigger for a lot of us to move somewhere. Judgment, it's a big announcement, and it has something to do with your choices, right? It has something to do with what you've been doing recently, and I feel like it's because it is the Cups. I'm getting the sense of, if whatever you're doing, like the small things and the big things, whether it's just like what I was saying a while ago, whether it's things that are for you individually or for the collective as a whole, they're gonna be brought up this week in a way that is like, if it doesn't resonate, it's gonna be known. Spirit is gonna tell you, Spirit is gonna tell you if these things that you're doing are not resonating with anyone, not even you. um, so yeah, again, it can be like, yeah, thoughts, words, and actions. So it can be your habits, what you do in the everyday. It can be your thoughts, your belief systems, what you've been taught by other people, and things that you say, things that you swear by, you know. And this is gonna be a week where that's gonna be highlighted, and it's gonna be like, you're gonna want to work on this. You're gonna want to see how your choices are affecting the energy of the collective as a whole, and most importantly, your energy. Because I believe that one of the best ways wherein we can shift the energy of the collective, of the earth, is by shifting our own energies internally. So like, if we work on our stuff, we can help shift the energy around, right? It's like, I don't know why this is a weird like analogy, but if anyone watched Gokusen, if anyone watched Gokusen, and it's like it's I think it's, yeah, the live action wherein they had to, the whole 4D class had to, no, 3D, only 3 years in high school in Japan. The 3D class had to study, had to pass a certain test in order to save one of their teachers' jobs. And it was like the first time, the first like day, they were like, that's not possible, we can't pass. And then suddenly, like, this one student started studying and asking the smartest guy in the room, like, what's going on. And then just like a few days later, everyone was studying and everyone managed to pass the exam. Like, that's the type of energy that we kind of want to promote and perpetuate in the earth, right? And the best way to do that is to individually, starting with ourselves, change the way we do things, change the way we think about things, change the way we speak things and do things, thoughts, words, and actions. And it isn't like to change just so that we can conform to whatever we think society is dictating, right? So I was thinking of doing whatever analogy for how we can transmit the energy, but whatever. The point is that think about, or try to observe your thoughts, your words, and your actions, and try to think about how those things affect you as an individual, and how it affects the collective as a whole. Because right now, it's not just you. It's not just us individually. That's like what's me. That's what I feel right here. With the root chakra, with the roots connected to the earth, like roots spread out, and it just covers a lot of ground. And so it's like, yeah, just think about that. Think about the things that you do, the things that you think about, and the things that you say, and whether they resonate with you or not. Because you can say that, like, sleep is important to me, but then you don't like have a very healthy sleep routine for you. You know, that needs to change. And this week it's gonna be highlighted. So yeah. So what can we do with the energies that are coming up? What's our best course of action? I was just talking about sleep, and then the Hierophant comes in. Of course, this is not the sleep card. And Three of Cups. Developing habits is very important for you right now, especially if it's in terms with your internal self. Again, habits. Like I said, if you say that sleep is important for you, but you don't have a consistent sleep schedule, then that's not very healthy for you. The Hierophant also talks about like tradition, right? This is like a religious leader, if I'm correct. It talks about, yeah, tradition, belief systems, and again, it's you're gonna want to think about and like process your belief systems, the traditions that you follow. If you follow a religion, you'd want to think more critically about what your religious leaders are saying, or what the people who ascribe to the same religion as you are saying, and you would want to be more critical about it. Like, just because they're saying it, like religious leaders, your elders, etc., just are like politicians, the media, all of these things, like thought leaders, just because they're saying something and you've been hearing that for the longest time, it doesn't mean that it is 100% true, or it doesn't mean that it 100% speaks to you, for you. Yeah. So you just want to think about these things, these belief systems, the traditions that you follow, especially the ones that especially if you have been observing for maybe whether it's the last years or just this week alone, if you've been observing that those types of traditions and patterns and belief systems and thoughts, especially if they're either excluding a certain group, or they're not promoting something that you think is a very fundamental truth about life, about the earth, or maybe if it doesn't, if those beliefs seek to divide us rather than connect us. I'm going to connect it to the Three of Cups, which is the connection card. So it's going to be important this week as well to really process your connections and really process our connectiveness with the collective, if that makes any sense. So like, if with the on a personal like sense, it's whether the connections that you have right now are resonating with you or not, finding people who you think are trustworthy, like to just share that sense of connectivity. It's important for us. We're a social species, right? We live together, we create together, we live together as humans. And so it's important that we find these connections, that we find that we know are trustworthy, that we can the people we can confide in, people we can trust with ourselves and our secrets, people we can talk to, people we can share ideas with, people we can bounce off of, especially in terms of whatever conversation that we're having on the earth right now. And it's also, again, connecting back to the earth. It's also connecting back to the earth, connecting back to the collective. Again, this week it's about you, but it's also about everyone else. And so it's important to really think about that as well. Just, consider it for the week. How can I connect with other people more? How can I understand and empathize with stories that I don't know about or I have not lived? How can I connect with people I love? How can I share my ideas with people I love? How can I process the things that I'm feeling and thinking with other people? Right now, connection with others is so important. Connecting with yourself, of course, is also very important. I mean, if there's one person that you would want to have a solid, unbreakable relationship with, it's with yourself. But after that, it's also important that we find other people that we can connect with. Again, that saying, no man is an island. No man really is an island. We can't live alone in our own little bubbles. And the past week really has shown that. The past week really has shown that our connectiveness and our oneness, it's powerful. If there are any hidden agendas in the world, which I'm sure there are, I'm pretty certain that those are just meant to divide us. And it's important that we find a connective thread with one another, because we are living in this human experience together. Yeah, but we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. It's a lot of years, a lot of decades, even a lot of centuries of things that we need to work on. But we're gonna get through this. Again, bring yourself back to earth and connecting, and really think about your thoughts, your words, and your actions, and how they affect you individually, how they affect the people around you, your community, and then the collective as a whole. So yeah, that is our message for today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so. I'm gonna link it down below. And yes, I hope that we have a wonderful and intentful week ahead. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.